Hi, my name is Allison Pryor and I teach acrylic paintings for beginners and all levels. And today I'm going to show you how to put together a beautiful painting, and I'm going to show you how to mix your colors and what brushes to use. So let's get started. So this is the painting we're going to do today. It is a quick and easy sunset, beautiful painting that was requested by Pat, my patron, and this one's for you, Pat. So let's get started. So before we get started on this painting, why don't you use this trick to brighten up your colors and make them look more vibrant. Just take white paint, put it on your palette, and spread it out, and just basically paint your palette, and the paint will be wet. And now you can add your colors on top of that, and then when you do that, that will brighten up your colors beautifully. So the first thing you're going to do is tape off your canvas a little over halfway. Using my primary colors as I usually do, red, yellow, and blue, and some black and white. There's my white. So this is a quick and easy painting that was requested by Pat, and it's a sunset, and she picked this one out of the pictures that I had there, the reference photos I got from Pixabay. So we're going to do a quick and easy sunset. So we will start off with some white. Just put white on there for now, just get that part wet. Using white paint will help keep your canvas wet and bright. And this side is the side we're going to have yellow and white. So I'm going to add a little bit of yellow on the corner of my brush because it's very strong. That's nice. Look at that. Okay, I'm leaving a spot out here so I can get a nice bright sunset there. So I'm just kind of putting in. So we will start off with some white. Just put white on there for now. Just get that part wet. Using white paint will help keep your canvas wet and bright. And this side is the side we're going to have yellow and white. So I'm going to add a little bit of yellow on the corner of my brush because it's very strong. That's nice. Look at that. Okay, I'm leaving a spot out here so I can get a nice bright. So we'll take this and add it on here. What I'm going to do too is get some yellow there. That's nice. I'm going to add more white, brighten it up. I don't know where that black is coming from. That's not a happy mistake there. That's not a happy accident. I don't know why that picked that up. Just nothing mixed together. So it might have got on my brush. But I wanted to show you that that can happen. So that's white there. We need more yellow. Bring it over here a little bit with some white. Alright, so just white and yellow. That's all. And just leave a spot out here. I want to make this, like I said, quick and easy for you. Add a little teeny weeny bit of red to your corner of your brush because red is so strong. We want a bit of orange, but not see how strong it is, just having a little bit on there. Alright. Alrighty then. Okay. Just trying to get a little bit of an orangey color going on there. Good. I'm not going, like I said, I don't always go by the exact reference photo. I try not to. I want to make sure that I'm doing it my way. I'm not worried about doing exactly the same as the reference photo. I have some videos out there where you do, if you want to do something exactly the same video as the reference photo, I have a video to show you how to do that. But I have more fun doing this. I'm going to add more yellow to get that orangey look. There we go. More yellow then red, get nice orangey effect. Nice, isn't that nice? Look at that. Alright. See, just play around with your yellows and your reds. Make it easy on yourself. A nice bright down here. Gets a little dark up here. And over here it turns kind of purplish color. So just put a little bit of red and blue together. A little tiny bit of red, a little tiny bit of blue. And as I showed you, I do have some white on my palette. See how it changes the color brighter? Makes it look nice. See? So as you're mixing, it'll brighten up your colors and make them more vibrant. That's nice, look at that. So the paint on my palette, what I showed you in the very beginning, is wet. The whole palette is wet with white paint, and that really helps a lot, see? Brings your colors more vibrant. There we go. Now we have to blend that into there. We don't want that to look separated, do we? Right? We also got some of that coming down to here, and it comes over. So yes, use the reference photo to help you sort things out, but don't try to make it exactly like the reference photo, okay? So it comes down here, and then comes over to give that dark, cloudy look. You might have to pick up more if you lose it, okay? And there we go. I'm going to get it all the way over here and straight, because I'm using this flat chisel edge brush, so I can get that straight edge there. See that? Look at that. You know, you need to use a, don't even need to use tape. Okay, so I'm just going to darken it up a little bit more. So when you get it to the darkness that you want, then we'll blend it. We got to catch that before it dries. Good. Nice. Good. Now I'm going to clean my brush off really good, or get a fresh one. I'm just going to pick up a fresh one so that I don't have any paint on it whatsoever. Clean it off, okay? It's damp and it's synthetic. And we're going to take that and we're going to blend that out. See? Blend it out. Blend the edges. See how that softens up the edges there like that? Just going to bring that back in here. Got to make sure it blends nicely. Good. It's okay that it's coming over into yellow a bit. Very nice. Look at the difference. See that? Now clean your brush because it's getting a bit too much, and that's why I got that there. Clean off really good. It's damp. Wipe it off in your tissue, and then you're gonna go back. You want to blend all that together. Good. Now because it's more blended, now you can come back and get a bit more yellow and white, and you can come over that again with some yellow and white. See that? That's nicely blended. You go right into that. See? There we go. That's nice. Oops. That's okay. That's okay. We don't mind mixing the colors. We just don't want to lose the total color. That's all. It's okay. So just rub over it there like that. Good. Now, I want to get some white. I'm going to put white on the corner of my brush here just to get a nice bright color here. It's okay to go into your yellow. Good. Trying to keep more white here. That's it, nice and bright. Nice. That wasn't so hard, was it? And because I got that white paint on the palette, that's going to brighten up really nice. Good. See, I can take some of the darker one and I'll put it on my palette. Look at all those pretty colors I'm getting. Nice. It's just happening. It must be some paint on my brush. So I just want to show you that. So that's going to lighten up a little bit here. Blend that in with that top one here like this. Just bring it in like this, back and forth. Okay. I better take that backing out of here because it's making a noise. I was trying to protect my palette because my palette is new, a beautiful easel, I should say. Beautiful little easel that I got. And I love it, and I don't want to destroy it. Okay, so that's that. Good. So it gives all kinds of colors, see? I'm going to clean off my brush again, just so I can smooth that out a bit more. So I'm just wiping it off with some tissue. And then I'm just going to wipe over that with my brush to smooth it out. See? Clean brush. And that will soften up those colors. The edges, where they meet, that softens everything up. All right. Now the bottom part's going to be pretty simple. So take off your tape. And the bottom part, we're going to do that all in black. Pure black. All right. Now if you got the white paint on your palette and turns a little bit gray, that's fine too. All right, so just pure black. This will make it very simple for you. Good. So get all that on there. Just be careful of that nice straight line there. If you have put tape back on, you can do that too. Just wait for the top part to dry and then put tape above that line so that your paint won't go up into your horizon. And your beautiful sky. Your beautiful sunset sky. So this is the easiest way out of this. Good. I'm using lots of paint on my brush so I don't, especially if you're using a bigger canvas like this one is only a 9 by 12, but if you were using a 16 by 20 canvas or whatever, you would need a bigger brush and you would need more paint. So depending on your palette, so I gotta be careful with that line. I don't want to ruin that because there's a nice straight line there. So I'm just going to take the edge of my brush and go right up next to it. I may have to use tape. So I put tape on because it's a little bit difficult to get that straight line with just your brush. You have to be very careful. Like I say, I'm always standing up and leaning over, so kind of hard to balance. Let's see. Okay, we have a nice black bottom there. That's good. See, I took off my tape and it looks really good. Isn't that nice? And now we have like a hill here. So we have, because it's all black, we'll start brightening up the water. So we'll be able to decide where to put that hill and what it's going to look like. So what we're going to do is pretty simple. I'm just going to get some purple paint, use the same brush. We're going to be using the same brush throughout. We may change it for the palm trees, I'm not sure, may not need to. But we're going to purple it up. So we're going to get purple. That should lighten up a little bit on your palette. And we're going to brighten that up red and blue, nice purple color. And we're going to just put that on there first. So I got a little more red than blue just to kind of bring it on a little bit of a reddish side. And I'm just going to make these short strokes because I still want the black. Now you can wait for the black to dry if you like. Okay. Probably would be better. I don't know. Either way is good. See, and I'm just making short strokes and chisel edge my brush. Alright. Because I want some of that black to stay. There we go. Just on the chisel edge of your brush. Push a little hard if you want thicker lines. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I want to brighten it up a bit for you. Add a bit of white on top of that again. Make some more. And we may need to just trying to think. We may need to use a small, I'm thinking about maybe a smaller brush. Because the chiseled edge is great. But to get even thinner lines, you might need to use a fan brush. We'll try that now too. But see how it's brightening up there now? But I don't want those lines to be too thick. All I'm doing is adding some white to that purple color I made. Even though there's white on your palette, might need more. Yeah, I'm getting very thick lines. I'm not happy with that. Don't worry if you end up getting too many thick lines, because then you can always go back with black. But I kind of like it though. It's not bad, is it? It's not exactly, of course it's not exactly the same as the reference photo. I don't want to sit here all day trying to make every little curve and every little thing exactly the same. I mean, I could. I just kind of like the freedom. Love the freedom being able to do what I want to do. That's what I find. I love reference photos, but they're only there just to say, okay, well, that hill looks nice there, I'll leave that there, and things like that. But as for making my own waves, my own colors, I love doing that. Alright, tone down some of those whites. Not fussy about that. See what I mean? You can play around with it. You don't have to be exact. Alright. So now at least we can tell where the water is. Now we're going to add our, we'll come back to this in a little while. I think I'm going to use a fan brush to really put some nice highlights on that. So I'm going to get the shape of my hill. Alright. So just cleaning my brush, and I'm going to put black on it, pure black. Now let's get the shape of our hill that we have here. It comes up to the sky a bit, and just using the chiseled edge, I'm just going to get a bump, nice little bump there. Come down here and come over almost halfway. Come in again, round it out, and over. And the rest is basically shadow. Just fill it in. And when we lighten up the water, you'll be able to see that better. Good. Yep. I'm going to go right down to the bottom. That way I can put my highlights over that. I can decide where I want to break it up. Alright, that looks nice. Now you got some trees. So I'm going to use the chisel edge of my brush. I'm going to bring up the chiseled edge. Make sure it's nice and chiseled, or you can use a flat brush. It's up to you. We'll put a couple of trees up here. Pull up. Yeah, get the trunks first, okay? Some nice trunks going on here. And we got some trunks coming out here. Make sure it's chiseled edge or you're going to get a big trunk that you don't like. Which I just did. So they're coming out from here. Okay, and then you got some more here. Just need to decide where you want your trees. And then we're just going to put our trees in. So these are a little taller, but we can just add a couple of little bits of height. And then we're going to pull out some. I'm going to go with a smaller brush, so I'll have more control. I have to have control. Just a flat. Just a flat brush. Chiseled edge, synthetic. These are the brushes we're using today, okay? There's no bristles here today. We're just going to, so we're just going to pull out some of these like this. Pull out. All right. Pull out, pull out, pull out. Like you're trying to clean something off your palette. Alright, just have them whatever shape you want. It's kind of nice. Get some down here. Like I said, a reference photo is great for giving you some ideas. That's about it. You don't want to worry about it. So now we'll keep going. And it's important to have a nice flat chiseled edge brush, but use whatever you find is easy for you. You can use a round brush if you want. Alright, just pulling out, just like you're trying to push away a fly or something that got on, so you can get those edges. See those edges there? See those pointy, right? That's what you want to get, right? Just pull out and lift, but don't concentrate on that too much. Just pretend that you're trying to push away a piece of dirt or a fly or something. Alright, so then, same with, well, this one here is nice and big, so we can bring that one up a bit more. And then, and we're just using that for a guide. And then you're just going to do the same thing, just pull out, touch, and pull out, pull out, pull out. Touch on your chiseled edge, standing up like this, and then pull out to the side. Pull out, pull out, pull out. Alright? Just pull out. As long as you can get those edges, those fluffy looking, see? Just get those fluffy looking, I call them fluffy, but they're nice. There we go, keep going. It comes way down. So I'm just flicking out as if I'm flicking something off my canvas with my brush. Alright, and that way you get those nice edges there. See? There we go, and it makes them nice and fluffy looking. It comes all the way down actually, so come right off that trunk. Right off that trunk, and then you're going the other side. See? It's pulling out. And it gives it the illusion of palm trees. Because it's a silhouette. And all you gotta do is get... So there's another one here. So grab that one. Pull out. And on the chiseled edge, you can push a little hard to get nice and thick. But try to get that edge by coming out and kind of lifting it up so that you're not always pushing in. Okay. These over here, they were further away on this and I kind of went over a little too, but like I said, I'm not going to worry about too much about the, I just want, okay, I'm just going to pull out, just going to use that reference photo for a guide, which is a big help. It helps, gives you ideas, things like that. I'm just pulling out, getting those, see those thin edges coming out there? See? And have your tree as big as you want. Good. A couple of little ones here. And here. So it's a little different than the reference photo because I'm not really paying a lot of attention to it. I'm just kind of glancing over at it every now and then to see what I want to do. I'm just having so much fun doing these trees. I'm kind of just throwing them on there. Got to get those edges. I don't want them flat like that. There we go. That's better. See? Nice. It's a nice tall one, isn't it? I might make that a little bigger. Maybe a little bigger. There we go. Nice. That's nice. I think there might be a couple coming down here just to cover up that little bit of a mess I made there. Same with here. So we get a bit of a messy part of your painting, just throw it in. A little bit of trees or something. That's nice, isn't it? It's done. I mean, that's it, right? Now we're just going to finish off the water and a few little things. Like the sky, I'm not going to touch the sky. I'm going to use a fan brush, a Bristle fan brush. Now you can use your chiseled edge brush that you were using earlier, so that's fine. Go ahead and use that. So now we just want to brighten up the water a little bit, just some really light purple, very light purple, okay, more white than the purple color. We want to give a nice glitter on the, we want to find out where, like I said, you could use whatever brush is comfortable for you. Just want to find out where that is. I got too much paint on my brush. I'm going to wipe it off and I'm going to see where this ends. Okay, it's good. I'm going to drag my brush over here like this to give it kind of a shimmer. Alright, because I'm getting too much here. Give it a shimmer. Alright. Give it a shimmer. I'm going to go on the edge of my brush here first just to get it started. Come out and give it a shimmer. Just turn your brush and just go back over your painting like that. And probably start in here. That way you won't get a weird edge going on there. So just go back and forth. Nice shimmer, isn't it? It's a nice shimmer. Alright. So purplish white. Wipe it off in your tissue so it won't be too much, because you certainly don't want too much blobs of white or anything there, right? I'm just going to go like that. Good. Now this here is the reflection from that hill up there. Right, and this is here. So I'm just going to add a little bit of highlight to this here so that I can see it more. I'm just not doing anything here, I'm just wiping. I got some water on my brush, just clean that off, so don't worry about that. But I got a little bit of a light purple, and I'm going to add a little bit of highlight here, just so you can see it. Maybe a little bit here, not much. Just a little bit coming down here, just kind of to be able to see that there is an actual rock there, and soften that one up a little bit. And that's it. I'm not going to worry about it. A little bit here to show that it's there. It's only to show you where the shape is, see? The shape of the rock. So, I don't think we need much more. There we go. Yep. So now you can get an idea that the, shape, right? That's cute, isn't it? So all we need now is a few highlights with our fan brush. And the sky is pretty. I don't want to touch that. And I think we're going to call it done then, right? So let's get a little dab over here. I'm trying to get more control of my brush. My brush is kind of controlling me. So you have to get control of your brush, so that you can get these little taps of white on there. You can even use a different brush. You can even use toothpick. Alright, so I'm just kind of picking up some paint, and then I wipe a little bit of it off, but I need to have enough on there so that it shows up when I tap. Maybe even tapping helps, look. Tapping can help. Right, because you want to get it a little brighter over here, right? Just little taps, a little back and forth. Like I said, if you're having a hard time, if you end up doing this and you don't like what you see, go back to the black and then start adding a little bits of highlight on top of the black, the little purple highlights, okay? It'll make it easy for you. And don't forget to do it your own way. Don't worry if it's right or wrong, or as long as you like what you see. That's the big thing. If you like it and you like what you see, don't look at the reference photo and say, oh, that didn't look like the reference photo. I loved my painting, but it's not exactly like the reference photo. Well, that's when you need to realize that as long as you love what you see, that what you created, that's all you need. That's it. Okay, that's it. So kind of tapping on to get some of that white on there. White and purple, so it won't be too bright. It won't be too chalky. Trying to see where most of that white is. There we go. Good. Isn't that nice? That's really nice, isn't it? If you want to add a little more darkness, just add a little black in between some of those, that's all. Want to bring back, so that I said it's a black back and forth paint technique, okay, till you get what you're looking for. I like that. I think I'm happy with that. I like it. So there we go. If you can think of anything else you want to do with it, you go right ahead, but I like it. So I love the sky. I like the way the water came out and the hill and the trees. So it's really pretty. It's kind of close to a reference photo. It's not exactly the same, but I'm happy with that. Thank you so much for painting along with me today, and you can subscribe and share and like, and that way you will be able to get notified of my new upcoming videos. So I will see you in the next video. Bye.